If you're thinking about the upcoming holidays and they are leaving you feeling that fluttery, anxious feeling in your heart and you're dreading the holiday, I feel ya. I've been there. If you're a woman in business and you're seeing the upcoming holiday season from a Q4 perspective, if you know, you know. Fourth quarter is where all the catching up is. It's also where all the planning for Q1 takes place, and it's a little overwhelming at times, especially coupled with a holiday. So, oh my goodness, it can be overwhelming to be a woman in business and a woman with a family facing the upcoming months. What if I told you you don't have to do it alone? I am super excited to announce I am prepared to support you with a new way of doing it. What if you had a partner to help you organize your thoughts, help you find the clarity around what you really want out of the next few months, a partner that would keep you accountable to reaching the milestones and staying true to the boundaries that you set? Imagine that accountability and what it would give you back. Would it give you your freedom? Would it give you time? What about just building your confidence? What are your freedom, your time, and your confidence worth to you? I'm doing something completely new. I'm offering a Q4 or fourth quarter coaching package. For 3 months, you have a life coach, strategic partner, and accountability guru to help you get the most out of the remaining time in 2024. Waiting until Q1 and January 1 to set goals and New Year's resolutions has been proven to fail over and over again, with most people not sticking to them. Less than 10%, I think, make it into the end of February, so why wait? What would a more peaceful holiday mean to you and your family? The 3-month package includes 2 coaching sessions each month, email support between all the sessions, small training sessions, 1 each month, a 30% discount for the upcoming release of the Crazy Confidence Camp, my upcoming course to help you build your confidence to crazy new levels. All of this at the most amazing price point of $279. You will not find value like this anywhere, I promise you. You will make your money back and save time, mental well-being, and in saved energy, so you can enjoy your holiday season in a way you have never experienced before. The biggest question I have for you is if you're ready to make a difference in your life right now. I'm only able to accept a limited number of participants for this program. The question is it going to be you? Let's go. Welcome to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. I'm on a quest to help you find the most confident version of you. I help women become the most authentic version of themselves by helping them find clarity around who they are and who they want to be. My goal is to help women sift through all that noise that they have in their head about who they should be or who they shouldn't be, and create a plan to be exactly who they want to be. You don't have to continue to live with anxiety, high stress, and overwhelm. You can, little by little, get back to a place of peace and live with more contentment than you ever thought possible. You don't have to merely survive day to day. There is a life waiting for you, thriving. Grab your coffee, your favorite colored pen, and a pad of paper because we're headed out to find your confidence today. Hello, all, and welcome to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. It's nearly 100 degrees today, y'all. I'm in Texas, and truthfully, it's mid-September. It's the 16th, literally the middle of September, and in Texas, it's almost 100 degrees, or at least where I am. So for me, it feels way too early to consider the approach of fall and the upcoming holiday season, and it really doesn't feel like it'll ever get here. But if you step into any craft store like Hobby Lobby or visit Target or Walmart, at least in the US, the holidays are here. They're splashed all over the store. So even in this 100-degree weather, the temperature isn't the sign that most of us need to be looking at, because if we did, we wouldn't be prepared. If you happen to live in a climate experiencing cooler weather, then I'm jealous on so many levels. And if you have a spare bedroom, I am happy to come stay with you if you're in cooler weather. No joke. For you, you're likely already feeling as if the holidays are near and that they're approaching. I so long for a hot pumpkin latte in my hands, warming my hands and baking with the windows open with cool, crisp weather to signify the season is here. At least that's what I imagine when I think of the approaching holidays. But the holidays aren't just about pumpkin lattes and cool, crisp weather. They're also about scurrying around and being flooded with things to do on top of all the normal things that you have to do, especially for women. Only as an adult have I had the awareness to completely understand the impacts the holidays have on women, both good and bad. And if you're a man, a side note, I'm not throwing you out with the bathwater here. I realize men feel the stress too. But the studies show that women are impacted much more than men are, especially during the holidays. As if daily life were not enough during the holidays, the most beautiful time of the year, we add family gatherings, company parties, gift giving, and some of us actually go through the trouble of redecorating our entire homes and putting up Christmas trees or putting up lights or whatever it is that we use to signify the time of the year is here. And even before we do the Christmas thing, we decorate with pumpkins and put wreaths on the doors and all of the fun things. So I tell you that this time of the year takes up more time and energy from all of us. The holiday season can just be so much fun and it can be exciting, but it can be exhausting and overwhelming. So with those added responsibilities, obligations, and on top of all of that, the financial burdens that can be too much to handle, we have to figure out how do we handle the extra stress, quote unquote, of the holidays? Is there a way that we can lower our stress, enjoy the season more, and build memories that aren't overshadowed by anxiety and overwhelm? The answer is yes, it can be done. You know the drill. Grab your pen and paper and maybe even a pumpkin latte because this episode may change your life. According to the American Psychological Association, holiday stress puts women's health at risk. That's a pretty bold statement. Did you know that nearly 50% of women experience heightened stress during the holidays? I didn't know that. I know that the holiday is stressful, but what I didn't realize is that women are impacted in a greater way than men are. Between juggling work, the family responsibilities, planning for holiday gatherings, putting things on the calendar, shopping for gifts, holiday cooking like cookies or baking for Thanksgiving or different events throughout the last couple months of the year, and just the general time and energy that goes into above and beyond the normal levels of stress. Most of this is taken on by women. And again, I'm not dogging the men, but this is what the statistics show, and this is what people share in their surveys when they're surveyed. So all of this adds up for women, and it actually becomes a health risk, both mentally and physically, when stress is not managed through the holidays or at any time for that matter. So what can we do? What can we do by reducing our stress, and how can we keep the love that we have for the holidays, but still lower our stress levels at the same time? So come along, let's get this pre-holiday stress-lowering party started. To start, you have to be intentional. Number one, figure out what is the most important thing to you. Everybody's idea of the holidays and what's important and what is special is different. Plan around what you want to make special. Pick your priorities and work backward. Is your number one goal during the holidays to spend time with family? If it is, how can you go about making this happen? Does it require travel? If so, start booking that travel now. If you can't travel or you don't have the funds to travel, maybe create a FaceTime party or a Zoom party. How fun would it be to make everybody in the family pick out or decorate their own little ugly sweater or whatever and just get on a Zoom gathering and chit chat and have a drink or a cup of coffee or hot cocoa and enjoy each other's company. It doesn't require travel if you can't do it or if for some reason you don't have the funds or something like that. So be creative. Figure out what you want and create around it. You are absolutely 100% limited by your own thoughts. So if you want to share a gift with family far away, but you have to be apart, do the same thing. You can deliver the gifts and meet on Zoom to open them. Maybe your number one priority is to be of service in your community during the holidays. There are so many ways that you can do this by yourself, or if you have a family and you want to do it as a family unit. So you can help a local food bank. Maybe you serve food on Thanksgiving, or maybe you help deliver food. You can collect items with the help of local businesses or families who need extra help during the holidays. You can even partner with your church or help families in need inside your church family so that you know who they are and you know that they're getting whatever it is that you're sharing. I have a friend that we go each year and we wrap presents with Brown Santa. It's something that she and I can do together and we enjoy it, and we're also giving back to the community and we love to do it. There are endless ways you could serve your community through the holiday. So if this is a priority, start searching now and get it on the calendar. Here's the main part. You do you. Figure out what your priorities are and plan for them now. The longer you wait to plan them, the more likely you won't do them, and it will leave you feeling stressed and overwhelmed because you're not aligned with what your heart is telling you want the holidays to be about. Number 2, have a predetermined budget for the holidays. I don't know about you, but just even going to the grocery store right now is crazy. So having a predetermined budget for the holidays is even more important than it used to be. There have been so many years that I didn't have money to buy extravagant gifts. The funny thing is those years were actually some of the best years I had for gift giving. One year I purchased small wooden boxes and decorated them, and then inside I just wrote down 50 memories in little strips of paper and cut them up and put them inside of different things, memories I had with that person. Whoever's box that I decorated, I put their name or something significant for them, and it was their gift, and it were memories that were specific to them. Now, it was interesting because as we looked through the memories and we talked about them, some of the memories I had didn't match exactly what the other person's perspective was. And it was fun to hear their experience of the memory. It was a little eye-opening too. So much of memory making is impacted by your age, your perspective, and the context in which you're experiencing something. So it was really cool to see their experience of my memory and my experience of their memory. It can be eye-opening, it can be liberating, and honestly, it creates stronger bonds because you're reflecting on times that you shared and you're feeling more related to, and you are relating to them. So it's something to consider. Out-of-the-box things that don't cost money can be just as beautiful gifts as buying something expensive. Don't let money guide your experience of the holidays. There are so many things you can do without spending money. You can go see lights walking through your neighborhood or a neighborhood close to you if you live out in the country and there's not a lot going on around you. For Thanksgiving, you can have a meal where all the attendees bring one item to share so everybody's sharing in the cost. You can have friends over to roast marshmallows and hot cocoa instead of going to an expensive dinner or an expensive event. Don't make the holidays all about the money that you spend. Figure out ways to create fun and excitement and memories without relying on dollars to do it. Number 3, depending on your situation, you may need to create boundaries for the holiday season. And let me tell you what I mean. Think about these following questions. Are you a person who always says yes? Do you feel rushed and overwhelmed most of the holiday because things move so super fast that you don't get to enjoy them? Do you feel guilty every single time you see Santa with a bell asking for money and feel like you have to give the money, so you end up overspending by the end of the year? When January arrives, do you feel like you need a vacation and a loan to pay off everything you did in November and December? If you said yes to one or more of these, you may need to start a new holiday tradition of setting boundaries. Why would setting boundaries be helpful? Well, setting boundaries is another way of making decisions ahead of time. This means you leave your mind and your energy open for the ability to enjoy more of what the season has to offer. It prevents burnout or fatigue, and you don't make decisions that are chaotic and not planned. It gives you more control over your experience, and it also helps your family enjoy the season more too, because they know what is coming and they know what to expect. Also, People are much, much less inclined to feel disappointment when they know the rules or they know what's coming. So create your boundaries now before it gets here. Then you can be free to enjoy the rest of the season. So let me give you some examples of what boundaries might be. I will only commit to 2 holiday gatherings. I will only purchase gifts for my immediate family. Christmas Day will be spent at home with the kids. The children will get no more than 4 gifts each. A cute way I've seen 4 gifts each, by the way, is to do something they want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. I love that idea, and if I had children, that's what I would do. The budget for each child in our home can be $100 or $500, whatever your budget would be. That would be a boundary. I will enjoy sweets 2 times a week during the holidays, no more. I won't discuss politics this year during gatherings. I just am not choosing to do that this year. I don't give out money to every charity that's asking for it because I've chosen to donate to XY charity this year, or I'm choosing not to donate to any charities this year. I'm going to continue on my exercise regimen and work out 4 times a week during the holidays. Every Friday night or every Monday night, whatever we designate, we're going to have a quiet time from 6 to 9 p.m. from November 1st to January 1st, so we make sure to get quiet time in our household every single week. Look, these decisions are for you and for those around you. You don't have to use anything I just said for boundary. You can create your own. Boundaries don't have to be negative or feel restrictive. They can be positive. Think of them as positive choices to enhance your holiday experience, not take away from it, but to enhance it. By making choices and boundaries ahead of time, you're leaving so much more space for peacefulness, general peacefulness, and less chaos. The other thing I want to point out is that you absolutely, once you make your decisions, don't allow other people to guilt you or shame you into changing them or modifying them. So stick to your guns, create your boundaries, and you do you, boo. Number 4, double check. Let me say that again. Double check your perfectionism if you have it. I don't know about you, but I love saying things like, I made those homemade for you. It didn't help that for me, I grew up with Betty Crocker. My mom literally is the best cook. She makes the best scones in the world. I will hands down go to my grave believing that because I cannot find a scone that compares. So I have a little bit to live up to. I've always wanted to be a good cook, and I love when I can share through the gift of baking and gifting. But here's the deal. During the holidays, we want to do that, right? That's when our little creative juices get going and we have the idea that we'll make something homemade or we'll do something that is good for a party that's homemade. Well, that's great. And if you have time, that's amazing. Not a problem. But I want to encourage you to consider, what are you holding on to for the holidays that are must-dos or must-haves that could be compromised without the consequence? Meaning, are you believing that you have to do everything homemade to take to the company party when you could either buy something to take, which saves you lots of time, or buy a box of cookies that you can bake that saves you time and energy? Hear me out. There are so many different ways that you can shave time and energy. You can allow a shop that you purchase a gift from to gift wrap instead of wrapping the gifts yourself. You can put up half the decorations you normally do and donate the rest to a family in need. You could ask other people to contribute to your annual party by bringing a dish instead of providing the dishes all on your own. You could hire someone to clean once in November and once in December, and then all you have to do is maintain for the weeks in between. What are you holding on to, believing that you have to do that is creating more chaos for you during the holidays? Just think out of the box. What could you let go of that would create more space and more time for memory making or simply making peace? Number 5, have a no comparison or competition rule. It is so easy to see social media holiday pics and feel envy or a sense of, I sure would love to have that. But everything from the commercials of that brand new luxury vehicle delivery with that perfect little blow on the top that's great and amazing and expensive to that cute little cuddly puppy popping out of the box, all sweet and perfect. And side note, who wants to set the standard of buying cars for Christmas? You're only setting up yourself for a letdown next year. Okay, so I digress. That isn't very good coach speak. And yes, I could manage my mind around both of those. However, let's be honest, a puppy is wonderful until it chews up those brand new shoes you got under the tree anyway. Your mind can magically make your holiday the best holiday season ever or the worst. Either way, you get to choose, so choose wisely. When you are looking at other things that are going on and other people are sharing, just don't get caught up in it. You are getting to create your perfect holiday. Focus on that. Be intentional. What is your perfect holiday? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What are the sounds, the environment, the people, the experiences? Do your very level best to create that for you and your family. If you miss a few things along the way, don't fret about it. No worries. Either create it next year or let yourself choose to let it go and focus now on what you did create that you loved this year. Number 6, make sure to include quiet time, reflective time, and self-care routine. We all need this, and we definitely need it during the holidays. So instead of running from thing to thing, only focused on the to-do list, the gatherings, the gifts, or the next decoration, figure out a way to incorporate your self-care into your routine during the holidays. Keep your exercise schedule because movement reduces stress, guard your quiet time, and schedule some reflective time. It may mean sitting in the driveway for 5 minutes with the radio off every afternoon so you can have some peace. It may mean putting your phone away every evening at 7 p.m. You are absolutely worth a few minutes, a few hours, or even a few days, if you can swing it, of quiet time, reflective time, and self-care time. And if you don't take it, remember, you're not good to anybody if you fall apart or if you only keep one engine going when you go on 2. Highest stress levels drop immunity. If you are sick during the holidays, you are going to not be able to enjoy it, and none of the other people in your household are going to be able to enjoy it either. When we choose, and it is a choice, not to manage our stress, we are saying yes to higher risk of anxiety and depression and the reduced ability to fight off infection. On top of that, we're leaving our bodies more susceptible to autoimmune disease and inflammation, just to name a few. The great news is you have some control over the stressors you allow in your life. I absolutely understand there is a difference between what happens to us and what we allow to happen to us in our lives. When you address stress in an obvious and intentional way, you'll be surprised how much better that you can handle the stress that comes along that you can't manage. So it impacts your experiences that you have now and how you will be able to handle the experiences in your future. And it also impacts how you're going to feel overall during the holidays. There's nothing better than a peaceful, memory-making holiday that leaves you full of memories with family and friends that have joy and laughter. So here's a quick recap. Figure out what's important to you. Be intentional. Predetermine your budget and stick to it. Set boundaries now so you can enjoy the freedom that comes with setting boundaries during the holidays. Double check your perfectionism. Is there anything that you're holding on to too tightly? Can you be a little bit more flexible? Have a no competition or comparison rule. And actually, this is good not just during the holidays, but all year long. Lastly, include quiet time, reflection time, and self-care routine in your entire holiday season. No excuses. These are great, easy, basic things to keep track of, but they will help you lower your stress and help you absolutely enjoy the holiday more. Hey, I want to thank you for listening in to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. I really hope you learned something valuable today. Can you do me the biggest favor? Right now, could you share the show with 3 people you know that might enjoy listening in? If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you took the time to leave a rating or review. This helps people just like you find the podcast so they can also get great, fun tips about confidence. then don't forget, come back each week and we will keep giving out little tips for how to increase your confidence, how to ditch that self-doubt, and stop your negative thought patterns so you can get back to your crazy confident self and pursue your biggest dreams fearlessly. See you next week. Love you big.